Hi, everybody. All right. Fun times. Okay. All right. Okay. We are online. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the stream. All right. I'll let people join. As they join, we'll just get along. In the meantime, I'm debugging something that had to do with my new OCR plugin. Apparently, after a few seconds of running, it just stops processing the images. That was weird. Okay, hello. Oh, thanks very much, Powerful Dot. Thank you, and thanks for joining my stream. And for all of the wonderful work you're doing on the Discords, on the OBS Discord channels and plugins and all of that work. Thank you, and thanks for joining me today. Anything you want to talk about or see? I'm just working on my OCR plugin a little bit more. Found a bug and I'm taking care of that. Some multi-threading bug. Exciting. Oh yeah. Yeah, there's great joy. There's great joy in helping people do what they're looking to do. And OBS is so big. There's so many people, so many problems. So you just gotta, I hope that you can share that sort of feeling of like thing. Right. I am trying to make things more accessible. That's my goal. I'm trying to make things more accessible so that even non-tech people can use AI tech, like computer vision and language processing and that sort of stuff. And it's hard, but I think like it's very important. I think it's very important for live streaming, for people to get exposed to that technology. It has so much innovation that it could bring to live streaming. So that's why I do it. But thanks for your support, obviously. Yeah, I'm trying every day. I'm trying new things, more things, and bringing more people to the cause. And but I think that I wouldn't have been able to do any of that without like a real kind of good framework of support from the OBS plugin community. There's no chance. There's no chance. It's like people are very welcoming for new plugins and new work, new things coming in, and then they get reviewed and it gets public. And that just says that there's a good community of people who are really interested in like bringing the latest sort of stuff and making other people's streams and work really a success. So that's all in the community. So yeah, thank you for being part of that community. Yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to look at the OCR plugin. I was trying to OCR is a fundamental thing, I think. Right? It's like this very easy thing. It's like, you have an image and you need text from the image. I see people making new makers all the time. And it makes me smile. Thank you. I think thanks for that. And yeah, everybody joining like the community, I think like joining the Discord channels and asking questions, see that people are very open and ready to help. And it takes a little while, but then after a while you kind of you kind of become an expert and you can help a lot of people, and I really enjoy that, and that other people are enjoying that. It is a very big community and very diverse. And a lot of newcomers coming, and it's like, how do I start streaming? That's weird. You say like people, how do I start streaming? And they go on the Discord. So complete newbies are joining all the time. It just kind of speaks towards the live streaming thing that's just growing all the time. So OCR is so cool. Make great leaps. Then you go at I turned a printed notebook, tens of thousands of karaoke songs into Excel file with OCR. Yeah, OCR really did make like a huge jump in the last few years, with all kinds of algorithms being made really easily available. It also runs pretty fast. What I'm fascinated by is that it could run real time, right? It could run real time. Text detection, right? So it's not really. Sometimes it's not accurate. There's a lot of stuff in OCR that you kind of need to do, kind of post production conditioning kind of thing, right? So it's really so it's accurate to the level that you could use it. Right, and that's kind of what I'm doing here. Like, for example, see, there's a lot of measurements here that are wrong measurements that it's getting from this. The fact that it's running real time is pretty exciting, but that means that you could average out a few things, right? And that's why there's a little lag, because it's averaging out. It's averaging out a few readings, a few dozen readings, until it like settles into something. So that's one way of like filtering the OCR results that are not accurate on their own. But if you have more data, then by averaging, then by averaging you can get a higher accuracy result. So it's running real time, and what it's doing, I mean, let's take this one. See, it like turns to 3 and then that through 3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Right? There's a little lag, and the lag is because I have this. Smoothing. I call it smooth averaging. Is something. If I disable that, you see that it's immediate. You see that it updates immediately. As soon as this turns, that one will turn. But then there's all these glitches. It's like glitching. The 1 becomes an 8, and then I don't know. There's like another character pops up in there, right? So it's a little glitchy. But if we enable smoothing, that's going to be much more smooth, right? The glitches are gone, but you trade off with a little bit of a lag, because what it's doing, it's like confidence kind of thing. It's like takes a few measurements, and if it's confident that this is what it should be, then it outputs. It's basically a filter, right? So that the smoothing can set it up. You don't have to. I mean, if I take this down and be like only average like 5 outputs, then the lag's gonna be small, like almost immediate, but then we'll see more glitches. So it really depends on the application. And this is real time. I want to read like this clock, right? So real time, it's got to be very snappy, fast, and like very adaptive and so on. For other applications, you can use this OCR for pretty much anything. You can read documents, you can read like images, but you could also read stuff like this, right? This is like coming from a shot clock, or from a scoreboard. But you could read any sort of image. If it's static image, then you don't need this sort of continuous high frequency sort of thing. You can definitely set it up to a lower kind of thing and just a higher confidence. You can also set up like there is a confidence threshold. right? A confidence threshold. You can say, I only want like really high confidence readings from this, and then cap it in that way. But I like to keep it a little lower and then use multiple readings with the smoothing to make it like much more accurate. I like it better. And so I added a few things that have not that didn't exist, they're not yet released. It's like 003. Once I get through this bug, which I think I resolved, so we can actually release it live if we want. I added this output thing, so you can do something like that, like time, blah blah blah, right? And then it then becomes something like this, you know, an output formatting. I think that's interesting. It's a very powerful formatter in here, right? You could do all kinds of if statements, and on the output you can like process it in all kinds of ways. I was working on that recently for this scoreboard project. Yeah, the format, there's interest. I mean, it all depends on your application for OCR, and everyone has like a different application. The thing that I was thinking about OCR is like reading this as a shot clock, right? It's a scoreboard, right? So there's that, but there's all kinds of other uses for it. Let's say you have you're watching or you're commenting on a game, like an esports game, right? You're commenting on this esports game, and you want to read the broadcast. You want to read the score, or like how many or like the timer or whatever, right? You want to read some stuff from the stream as you're commenting. So you could do that too. Bring it on, crop it to just a little area, and then start reading it. I'm thinking about extending this more. There's a couple of things I want to do, right? More features, but I really want people to start using it first before I go overboard with the features. It's more languages, obviously. External model files, so you can really train this to do whatever you need. You can read different, read whatever you need. Like parsing. Let's say we got the output there, right? We got the output. We want to parse this 1:01, right? We want to parse this. If it doesn't parse, then you don't show it. Yeah, it's a text source. The interesting thing about this is that you could actually, this is very weird. You could do anything you want. So hello OCR, right? So I have a text source here. It says hello OCR. And actually add OCR to this text source to read it. Right? So like hello OCR. Okay. So right now I'm running OCR on this text source. And so let's add another text source. And yeah, just leave it blank. Because I want to output this one to that one. Where is it though? I don't know. Right. I want this one to output to that one. This one is 5. That's weird. For some reason, it's not working for me right now. It definitely did work. I couldn't even change. There we go. Okay. So this is a text source, and I'm running OCR on the text source, and that's outputting this one. right? The other thing we could do here and say like something what is fully automatic. It's not a single word. So you can bring in any, right, in this one. Right? So it's running OCR, it's trying to parse this into that, right? So it's having all kinds of problems there. You know, we need some sort of basic thing. It would say like not fully automatic, but it's a single line. Okay. Right. See, so it works on really just any works on anything, any sort of OBS input source, any OBS source that will produce any sort of visual thing, you can run OCR on. So this is a media source, but you can have an image source or a browser source, whatever. The whole thing works. So that's pretty neat. I don't have a lot of examples to show this, but can have a few. Yeah, it works in anything that produces a visual output in OBS. I can even run OCR on the output of this OCR, right? So it really depends on kind of what you're trying to do. It's very versatile, and just it's up to the application. So I'm trying to see what would be those applications. What would people use it for, right? I know some people have asked me about this scoreboard thing. You want to read a scoreboard and then display it on OBS for your live broadcast. Yeah, it is kind of OCR all the way down. As long as it's on the OBS thing. But you can do a screen share. You could do a screen share and then read stuff off the screen share. Right? So what if I do like a macOS screen share, and I'll do like an application capture, or window capture. And I'll pick up like VS Code. This one. Right? And then fit the screen. So, and now let's crop it. Right, what I wanna do, let's see, I'm not really sure, but let's look at the current branch. Right? I want to take VS Code and I want to see what is the current branch that I'm working on. Right? Let's just take that. Okay. Cool. And now I can add OCR to that. And then like this will be fully automatic. We don't need an image change. Let's remove that. That's working. All right, so this is my screen share. I will change this in a little bit. You'll see. I'll go on my other screen and just make that work. Okay, so now the OCR. Let's just output this to our very latest one, and this is what we have. This is what we have from the screen share. Let's grabbed it. This is the screen share. So if I go on this and let's just see. All right, let me check this in. Let's go on the main branch. Now this has changed to the main branch. What's up with this? Let's see, it's a very low sort of confidence because it's just that. But it is able to read the main part, and then there's a bunch of stuff after it. So I can maybe put this up as a single word. Yeah, it doesn't do much better. It's because this is a variable length. It can have, like, in my VS Code, it could be very short, could be very long, right? Because it goes into this, then it's picking that up, and then there's a little leftover here that's been picked up. So yeah, it's OCR. I mean, you kind of have to guide it. Exactly. It doesn't know what this thing is. So it thinks, oh, maybe it's a less than character. Yeah, but it works on your screen share. It works on, just standard OBS thing, media, so images, browser, whatever you have. It will read. And you can display it on screen and then do funny things with it, right? All of this stuff, there's the crazy kind of the way you set up your stream, things coming in, going out, or overlays, right? I'm not so good with that. I'm not so good with that stuff. Putting this over an overlay, having it come in, swipe in, swipe out, change on different things, because right now it's on OBS and that's it. Once it's on OBS, you can do whatever you want. You can do anything you want. All right, yeah, that's this annoying thing. Let me get rid of that. Right, I had a bug. I had a bug here in my thing. There's no inch to process, should be totally fine. I had a bug here. I took some code from another thing. It's like I need to get the images, to get the OBS source to give me the image so I can run it through the OCR, right? So I need to get the image, and I had this kind of multi-threading problem with locking that kind of just was crappy. Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, I mean OCR. There's applications for OCR that you can do all kinds of things with it. I just need to figure them out. Right? I would really like for people to figure them out. Right? There's a tool, and the tool is useful in all kinds of ways, but which I don't know. I've worked with one streamer. I've been working on this scoreboard thing, but you could do many other things with it. I just can't imagine them at the moment. So I'm kind of waiting for it to pick up, and it seems like it is picking up. There's all kinds of all sorts of interest in the forums right now. Since it was published last night, there's already almost 20 people that downloaded it, which is neat. Yeah, I'm also very excited to see what will happen with it. Yeah, so about 20 people have downloaded it, and I'm waiting for feedback. I haven't yet gotten any comments or issues here, like there's all kinds of usually when I bring up a plugin, then I'm getting people like this or that doesn't work, or requests for making different things, and that's the way to go. I think you gotta put something out there, and then you're just going with your customers, just the users, people who are using the product. They can tell you. They can be your best source for what to do. Like, I have some ideas, right? There's some just things that I came up with, right? But other people have different ideas. All right, so let's see that we're getting the logs are clean again, and that this one doesn't. Okay, so it seems like the logs are clean, which is good. And before I had this sort of burn-in kind of thing, it's like after 3, 4, 5 seconds, or like maybe 10, 20 seconds, the OCR stopped working. So I just need to kind of make sure that it's not stopping. Based on it is working, so that's good, but I just need to make sure that it's not stopping, because of that threading deadlock. But it seems to be good right now. I think I can go ahead and like merge in this change and move on. Obviously, if anyone is on stream and you have any questions about any of the other plugins, let me know and we can help you. Out with them. This is looking good. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I love working on things that I care about, right? I care about this, and like people, I think people have a lot of usage for this, and then I, putting time into it, and then people sort of return the favor. A lot of people are, liking the work, so it's great. I really appreciate everyone's support, including yours, so thank you. Right, I think that this is good. I think that the bug was resolved. I think that the bug is resolved. And I can actually just commit this and sync it up. And then we have... and then I'm working on Swinget for that too. But as soon as this one is in... all right, linting. I forgot. Probably gonna be a lint. Nope. Okay, we're good. So yeah, let's just wait for this to come in and that's it. There's the clock in the OBS to show the time until the end of the stream, or show my local time to show the time before maximum is turned off, or the start of the event. Show the time till the end of stream, or show local time. You mean in my setup here? In my setup here in OBS? You mean in here I could add a clock? I could. I used a clock in OBS. So is there an OBS source that does that? Clock? I don't see a clock. I can add a text source. Is this? Alright, so let's say I do this. It's not what you need. For example, one digital clock effect with customization and custom. There are a couple of scripts. There is a clock countdown or a clock script that I've seen. There's a couple of scripts that you could do. And anyway, the OBS font, the OBS text source has a bunch of fonts, right? So I got this here. So let's say and end the stream, right? We'll move this down here. We'll put this in black, right? So like something like that. You mean like I have like I can add a little thing here in the bottom. Right, end of stream. And then how do I add a clock to it? Tools. Put timer. What does that do? Stop string. Nope. Scripts. There's a countdown. There is the countdown. I'm using the countdown thing for the other part. I'm using the countdown. Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it that, you know, gamers in particular, they worry about, you know, CPU cycles and even GPU cycles and that sort of stuff. I totally get it. And the scripts, I mean, they run on OBS, and then your CPU has to take care of it. Reminisce the moment of the OCR discussion. Right, so I wrote a message of the OCR discussion. Where is it? On Discord? Or here? I haven't seen anything on discussion. Right? Anyway, if you have any issues or requests or anything with OCR plugin, let me know. I'm on Discord. You can also comment here in the OBS forums, or, you know, online, an issue on the repo, the OBS OCR repo. You can open up an issue and just ask a question or make a request or bug fix something. Just let me know. I'm interested in how people are, what people want to do with this, and totally willing to, yeah. Right, so OCR is not fully disclosed in OBS. There hasn't been OCR in OBS so far. I've seen a few people request it. I haven't seen anyone. Yeah, I know some of it could be a little. Some of it can definitely be a little, you know, complicated to wrangle and that sort of stuff. I totally get it, right? I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. That's why I added for like my background detection thing, and also for this one, I added. So you add the OCR, and then you get it like this, which is the language update timer. Maybe this even could be part of advanced settings, and the output formatting and the output, and then all the advanced stuff is in advanced settings, right? So you kind of hide that away. There's a bunch of things here, right? There's all kinds of stuff that I added, but I hid it under advanced settings. So then when that's not on, it kind of looks simple. You know, what sort of language it's English or scoreboard kind of thing. What's the update timer? And that's it, you know. That's all I that's all I, you know, I show when you just open it up. I did the same thing for local vocal, right? Like, it's quite simple. I mean, some of this stuff can also go away, right? Like log and step by step. The thing could be, all of this can be hidden under advanced settings. All you want to do is like, you know, the very basic stuff. And in advanced settings, you're getting all this advanced stuff. There's all kinds of things and knobs to change, but then just hide it out. So it's the same. It's the same idea with this OCR. It's like advanced settings. You don't really need them. So people don't get overwhelmed. You install a plugin and like, oh my god, all this stuff I need to configure. And really want to keep it a really just simple. It's like, first of all, you plug it in and it just works. And then after, you know, it just works, but then you're also you also don't have to set up everything ahead of time. It's only if you need it. If it just works, that's fine. But if you need, like, the advanced settings are there, and so I try to do some of that too. Yeah. So this is that one. It's coming. All right. Thing is in the green. One thing I just noticed is that my output formatting label doesn't work. So module text, I get language, update timer, advanced setting, update on change, update threshold, page segmentation, word channels, user pattern, const threshold, never smoothing word length, window size, output formatting. I am missing. So let's add that in. I should add some help, right? In here, I should. Right, like output formatting, like, okay, but then there's all kinds of stuff you could do with it. And I can add this little help thing on it. And it write a few things. So people, again, like when they get this, they know what to do. Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff that needs help, right? But I'll do that at some point. So we got that thing, just the last kind of thing, output formatting. Just make sure that this one actually works. And after that, I promise I'm going to release 003. It's got a bunch of cool things for people to play with, and 004 will have maybe more, but I want to release that. I want to release the latest thing. It's got all kinds of stuff I just added, like the output formatting. I think it's not out yet in the released version. So output formatting, and I think the update on image change. This is pretty cool. It's like if the image is static like that, it won't run the OCR. Right? It won't run the OCR. If the image is static like that, there's no reason in running the OCR again. So adding a threshold and image change is good. It saves up a lot of on your CPU. Because you're not running this, 20 times a second when it's just static. Yeah, and there's likely not going to be a change. So I got that one. All right. Let's bring this in here. Formatting, sync this in. That's weird. Now we're going to have to wait a few more minutes again for this thing to build. All right. I I'm gonna let everybody know that I do have to drop. I have this meeting I need to take in a little bit. I want to take that. I may come back later in the day to do more of the, just do some more work and just let people come in, ask questions, comments, whatever that's needed. I do have to take this meeting and then come back. But this is in good shape. I'm very happy about how it came out. And I'm gonna release a new version now that it's on the forum. Now that it's out there, people are actually starting to have a look and see kind of how it works and all kinds of other things. I do need to make a little tutorial on how to set this up and what the different knobs and things, what they do, how they affect things. All of that is forthcoming. I'm just gonna let this get in and release a new version, but for now I'm gonna have to drop the stream. Thanks everybody for joining. Ruslan, thank you. Powerful Dot, thanks very much. Thanks for your interaction and your comments and your insights. I appreciate that. So come back again next stream. I am trying to keep a schedule of like the Tuesdays, Thursdays in the morning. If you're interested, come in, office hours kind of thing. It's like open for everyone to ask questions. That's the kind of format, and then doing some work, obviously. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining. Thank you. Thanks very much. Thanks for playing with the filter. Try it out. See what it does well and what it doesn't do well, and let me know. We can improve it. And so I'm gonna sign off. And everybody, thanks for joining today. And watch out for more announcements, more streams, and just yeah, be well, everybody. Be well. I'll see you all soon. I'll see you all real soon. Thanks very much. All right. Thanks everybody for joining.